For the demonstration today, we're going to show you how to make hot cross buns for Easter in the air fryer. So first of all, we're going to weigh out all the ingredients and then just combine them all together. So at the moment, I've got 4 cups full of plain flour. We're going to add in 1 packet of dried yeast, which is 7 grams. Then we're going to add in some spices. So we're going to add in a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and half a teaspoon of allspice. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar, a cup of raisins, and then using a spoon, we're just going to mix it all together. And then we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of butter. So we've got 180 millilitres, which is 3 cups of warm water. And then we've got the same 180 millilitres, or the equivalent is 3/4 cup of milk. And then we're just going to mix that all together. So once you've stirred the mixture together, mainly, you can get most of it together with the spoon, but then you need to finish it off with your hands. So get your hands in there. That's now all come together. So we're just going to turn it out to a floured surface. It needs to be sticky, so that's good. We've got it right. We're going to knead the dough. So in your bowl, just shake a bit of flour and move it around your bowl. And then what we're going to do is place the dough back in the bowl. I'm going to cover it with some cling film or a damp tea towel, and then we're going to leave on one side for about an hour to rise. If you was wanting to save some time, you could actually do this and leave it in the fridge overnight and then make them up in the morning. So now your dough has nicely proved overnight. We've left it in the fridge and then we've left it out for an hour just to get a little bit warmer. So take the dough that has now risen as it's been proved overnight. Put some flour onto your surface. You're going to take out the dough and re-knead it. Oh, that's lovely risen, isn't it? Just briefly. Okay, lovely. Now we're going to cut the dough. Look at that, beautiful. Into some smaller pieces. And then we're going to shape the dough into round balls. About that size. Now you've made your hot cross buns of kind of equal size. Don't worry if they're not, it doesn't really matter. We're going to put them into an air fryer round baking paper liner. So they're ready now, and we're going to leave them to prove again for another half an hour while we make the glaze and we make up the mixture to make the crosses on the hot cross buns. To make the glaze for the buns, we're going to take our cups and measure out half a cup full of sugar and put it into the pan, and half a cup of water. using a wooden spoon, we're now going to heat the water and the sugar together, which will form a nice glaze to go on top of the hot cross buns once they are cooked. So once you've got the liquid dissolved into the sugar, we just let it simmer for 5 minutes, and then we're going to switch it off, put the lid on and leave it on one side.
I'm going to be using 4 tablespoonfuls of flour, and to that we're going to add 3 tablespoonfuls of water. We'll see how that mixes. We may have to add more water if it's not the right consistency. And I feel we need a touch more water in there. Touch in there. Then we're going to pop this mixture into a piping bag. And then that's going to be ready to pipe onto our approved buns.
So next you're going to preheat your air fryer for 5 minutes at 180. Okay, we've now reached the preheating time. So we're going to put in our hot cross buns. Beautiful. Replace the drawer and cook now for 20 minutes. Obviously, the length of time for cooking will depend on your air fryer. And it is a little bit like trial and error when you're first doing things. This particular air fryer, it's only taken them 8 minutes to cook. And we did turn them over halfway. Wow, just look at those. Gorgeous. So, let's see how we've done. Pretty warm these. I would leave them a bit longer before separating. So we're going to cut one open. Wow, that is beautiful. And you can serve that with anything you like. My friend and colleague, she likes to have her hot cross buns with a bit of cheese. Personally, I like it with some butter and a little bit of strawberry jam. Enjoy and have a really lovely Easter time.